The video game industry has changed a lot since when I started playing video games at the age of 4. I don't think I feel very good about it. I mean, there's definitely video games I still enjoy playing, and I'm not going to lie and say I don't play the AAA games as well and engage with those video games, but I just... There was a time where video games had to be so meticulously made, so meticulously designed, that the developers would have to check every bug, every glitch, they would have to iron out everything, every nook and cranny that they could find to make sure that their game would be polished and good. Because there was once a time where you didn't have, live updates. You didn't have the concept of live service because the technology hadn't made it that far for, to be able to do that, to be able to have that system. But now you have, so a lot of video games are live service, and live service by itself, I'm not saying it's like a bad thing by itself. It's the fact that it allows for a lot of predatory behaviors from companies. And like you could look at, I can't speak words. You could look at Helldivers 2, and you could argue that is live service done right. There's a lot of video games, mainstream video games like Destiny 2 maybe, or no, Destiny 2, yeah, Destiny 2 fits there, that are live service that have predatory monetization practices that really you can feel the greed emanating off of it. And I like playing Destiny 2. I'm still playing it now, even in the absolutely shit, depressing state it is in right now. It's like the lowest state it's ever been. But I digress. I still love video games, obviously. I love playing video games, but I can't... Obviously, they're definitely not what they were when I was a kid. And there was a lot... Developers don't have to... There are several instances now where video games have come out broken, bugged, unfinished, all the three, or a mix of the two, and the video game... And it just... You can see that developers, that for whatever reason, the video games that they're making will come out not done. And it's frustrating because there was a time where developers had to take their time. You know what? A good example of a video game that has done this, and it was a game I played and it reminded me why I love video games, thank God, was Hollow Knight Silksong, which, thank God, the game has finally come out. I have beaten it already. It is a fantastic game. I cannot recommend it enough. But that game was so freaking polished. I understand it's a platforming Metroidvania, and it's not like a three-dimensional game, but still, that game, I had no issues with it. No bugs, no glitches. There was like one problem. It wasn't even a problem. There was like this invisible platform in Greymoor that I accidentally landed on it, and I was just like, oh, well, this is weird. But it was such a non-issue, and apparently I went into the game and it's gone. They still took it out because the developers took their time, is what I'm trying to say, with Silksong. They took their time. That was when they were asked why they made the game, why they took so long to make the game. It's because they said that they were just having fun making the game, and they were taking their time. That is the mentality. Sorry, I tapped my mic because I'm gesturing with my hands so hard. That is the mentality that every developer should have. But nowadays, like, you have Call of Duty, which is an annual goddamn release. There's 3 different development studios that work on these things. Like, even if one of those companies is like taking 3 years out of the 3 companies that make a Call of Duty annually, that I would argue they need even more time, because depending on what you're making, like you can't. The goal should not be to get a game out as fast as possible to appease the fan base. The goal should be to make a good fucking game. Silksong right now is so good that people are begging. Not begging. Maybe that's an over exaggeration. But there are people who have said, "Let me pay you more money." Why aren't there more developers thinking on the realms of like, how do I make a game that is so good that people ask me to make it more expensive? How do I do that? And I just I remember I keep looking back in my childhood, and maybe a part of it's nostalgia. I understand that things change and that the world is going to continue changing and things won't always be the same, but god damn it, there's better ways to make games. That Silksong has made so much goddamn money on, and it's only $20 fucking dollars. Like when I saw that, I fucking instantly bought it. I wasn't even, because it was just so affordable, it was so accessible, and it's just like, I can't understand anymore why the video game industry has gone down the route. Well, you know what? Yeah, I can. It's money. It's greed. I shouldn't even say I don't understand, because I do understand. It's greed, but that doesn't mean of course I don't fucking like it. I really hate how the bigger companies, like you have Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, that they have become so goddamn huge. They are hyper giants in the gaming industry that are so goddamn disgustingly money hungry that it makes me like physically feel the throes of anger. And Nintendo especially, god, Nintendo is, I made a video about them already, but Nintendo is so goddamn unapologetic. They are charging for everything. They like you want to play the game that you already bought for Switch, and you want to get the better performance on Switch 2, pay us $10 more or $20 more, please. 10 or 20, I don't remember. For the upgrade pack. Like, fuck you, dude. Video games become so goddamn expensive, and in an economy, at least here in the United States, where things are more expensive than they've been in a while, it's just so goddamn frustrating. Like, at the end of the day, I just want to play my goddamn video games. Like, yeah, obviously I will pay for a video game, but within reason. I'll pay for the content that comes with it within reason. Like, of course, I'm not like, I'm never like gonna stop playing video games. There's always, there is a beacon of light, I guess you could say, in this, this dark undercurrent that we have in the gaming industry now, and that is the indie scene. Like I just said, Silksong, that's an indie game. No Man's Sky, that game was bombarded with free updates after its botched launch. Even though the game had a botched launch, the free update after free update after free update has made it into a pretty goddamn good game, and I love it. Helldivers 2, I mentioned that already, but that's an indie game. I'm pretty sure it's an indie game. And like the indie scene, they've really been stepping up, it seems, with providing quality video games where the AAA industry has failed. And I love that, because I think it's humiliating them. Silksong is actually garnered. I know that it garnered some attention in terms of like developers saying like, it's not fair that it's so cheap. This sets a bad precedent that gamers will expect games to be this cheap. And I could make a whole video on that. There's already videos people have made on that, but I'm sure you can kind of derive your own conclusion as to why that kind of argument is bullshit. But on the topic of video games as a whole, I still play AAA video games. Like, and I'm not saying like I don't think one is like morally reprehensible for engaging with AAA video games. Of course not. But I think it's always important to recognize when a game that you're playing is predatory, and as long as you're aware of it, I guess I think that's enough. And I think advocacy is the next step up, like advocating for, you know, for consumers of video games to be more respected, and, you know, for their purchases to be respected. And that brings me to the Stop Killing Games movement. That's a whole other video on its own. But, you know, I guess I can talk about that and by itself in another video. But I really do still love video games, obviously, and but I can't deny that it's changed a lot, and a lot of the changes aren't good. They're not good. They're not good for consumers. But I think that's all I've got for this video. I don't have any quippy, you know, witty outros, so. But bye.